Ow! Sorry. I just scraped my finger on the metal tripod. I'm like skinning myself live. Anyways, hi. Welcome to a new video. If you're new here, my name is MunkQoo. You can call me whatever you want though. I'll know it's me. Um Today we're doing August predictions. So, wow, another month has flown by. Girl, or whoever, I don't know what my demographic is, but whoever's watching this video, I know I said I would like do more videos, but I'm actually cooked, as the Gen Z's would like to say. As you can tell, I usually try to clean my room. I make an effort. Here is like a mess. There is a body underneath there, as we do. So yeah, nothing is cleaned. But I gotta get this video out because I'm screwed the rest of the week. I'm screwed. I was screwed last week. Yeah, so unfortunately, this is the most realist you'll ever see me. Oh, okay, not on this channel, yes. On my main channel, it gets much more real anyways. But yeah, this is like a mess. So, apologies for the messiness of the room. This is the reality I live. But yeah, how have you guys been? Oh, today I'm wearing a little bit of a makeup look. I did my eyes. I don't know if you can see. It's like brown. Okay, yeah, basic shit. But today I actually went to take a passport photo cuz my passport expired like over a year ago, and girl, you need a passport if you're going to travel. So, I'm getting my passport done hopefully soon, but I took the photo and I actually look like a murderer. Like I've killed a family of 4, which I will not show you guys because I don't know if it's like confidential to show like passport photos because it's government document. So we're not gonna show that. Um, but when I showed my roommate, he was like, "You look like a goth person," and I don't think he meant it in a good way. I don't think he meant it as in like, "Oh, goth chick." I think he meant it in a way that's like, "Yo, are you Marilyn Manson's descendant?" Because I did look like low key corpse like. I don't know why, but like on camera, I look really pale. Like I look kind of pale right now, at least from what I'm seeing in the viewfinder or whatever. But I'm actually not that pale in real life. Like I'm actually pretty mid-toned in terms of like Chinese person. I would say I'm not dark, but I'm not light. Like my sister's paler than me. I'm actually like a medium skin tone, so I don't sure why I look like I'm a dead person. Maybe the flash just hates me. But anyways, jumping ahead, oh, just gonna give you guys some life updates. So obviously you can skip all this if you don't want to watch it. Timestamps are below. I actually got a new job on top of my current job, and I'm not gonna say too much because it's like I'm trying to keep my life a little bit private, at least in terms of this stuff. So I am gonna be busier, but I know that I can definitely make time for YouTube, and I'm gonna really try to like post stuff, guys. Like it's hard, but we are trying to make the effort. And I haven't been going to the gym for over a month, and I feel like I can definitely see the gains have been lost. Like people who say, "Oh, if you don't go to the gym for like a month, you still have your gains." They're lying to you because I looked in the mirror like well, every day I look in the mirror, but I looked in the mirror today. Like I look, and I was like, "Holy crap, like everything's like this. There's no shape, there's no muscle. I look like a stick." Okay, like not like a skinny stick, but like, there's no curve. So I'm like, we're trying to get back in the gym, guys, especially since it's August. Yeah, we gotta go to the gym, but anyways. But yeah, I just want to say if you guys want more content, follow my main channel. I'm gonna try to upload vlogs. It's hard because your girl's a mess. I'm not even sure if I have all the footage on my computer or if it's on my phone. Everything's a mess right now, but I will try to upload a vlog for August that I filmed way back in the winter time. Like I filmed this like in the beginning of the year, but I haven't uploaded it. But if you guys want to follow my main channel for more content, it's just MunkQoo. I recommend it. But otherwise, we're gonna be posting here. We post here more often. Also, my hamster is in my room now. So that's a new development. She used to live in the living room, but something happened. So now she's here and she's living her life, and it's really nice. I feel like it's really nice, like a companionship to have, like a little hamster in your life. Anyways, guys, that's all my life updates. I hope you guys have been well. Oh, also, I'm gonna reply comments because I feel like I've been like not replying comments because I've been like a little bit like, I don't know why, but like when I read them, I got stressed. Not saying you guys stress me out, but I was just kind of like, I feel like I've been kind of mentally like sometimes crazy, so I'm just like, okay, when I'm good, I'll reply the comments. I just feel like I don't even know, like I just feel like irrelevant. So I'm just like, why am I? I'm shocked you guys comment. I really appreciate the comment though. When you guys comment, I feel like my ego goes up, and that's something I need. Anyways, we're gonna start with the reading. Sorry for the ramble, as we do. Oh, we're also gonna do an unboxing today, so get ready for that. We're gonna be unboxing the Macintosh. Wait, what? Oh no, the lady's name Macintosh, like Apple, but the deck is called the Mushroom Spirits Oracle. So it's a bunch of shrooms. Any shroom users in the chat? I'm fucking asking. Anyways, yeah, so we're gonna be unboxing this. Once again, all the decks I use are gonna be linked down below. If you would like to book me for a private reading, please message me on Discord. I love you. We're gonna dive right in, okay? It's been a minute. Okay. See you. Hello. We are unboxing the Mushroom Spirit Oracle, which has been sitting in my closet for almost over half a year, so we need to enjoy her presence. So yes, once again, everything I use is going to be linked down below. And we are going to use this deck today, so I'm really excited. Because I have, like, I don't remember if it's the same one, but, like, one of these looks like it's the same theme. I don't know, but yeah, mushrooms, guys. Are you guys a mushroom fiend? Okay, that's trypophobia. Like, oh my god, that looks like a shriveled... Oh my god. Okay, when I was a kid, like I wasn't even really a kid. I think I was a teenager. This is like TMI, but it's fine. Okay, I can't even believe I'm telling you guys this. So at the time, I was with my cousins, right? And we're just talking. We talking. Yeah. So at one point, I thought. Sorry, I can't. I'm such a fucking L. I don't know what to say. So I thought that testicles were the same. I think I got the words confused because they sound the same. Okay, so I thought testicles were intestines or intestines. So I think I said something, and I think I said my testicles. I fucking said, and my cousins are all boys, so I think they were like, "Do you even know what you're saying?" And I'm like, "Yeah, like my testicles, or like something testicles." I don't know what I was saying, but I was using the word completely wrong, and they were just laughing at me. And they're like, "You don't know what you're saying." And now I know. Now I know. Okay, anyways, I think I was already like a full teenager, so I'm really concerned. My fucking frontal lobe never developed. Okay, anyways. So here are the cards. They feel really thin, which honestly, like, people might deem it as like a bad thing. It's so good when it's thin because you can shuffle these like nothing else. Like some of my cards are really hard and they're horrible. Oh my god, it's like shedding onto the... Okay, well, they clearly just printed these 3 seconds ago. But yeah, when they're thin, they're easy to do this kind of maneuver. So yeah, that's just my opinion. I don't like it thick all the time. Anyways, sorry, I can't do card tricks anymore. That was an era of my life. Anyways, so let's take a look quickly. Ooh, okay, we're not gonna go through every single one, obviously, but we're just gonna give a little bit. Oh, this one is the only one. Wait a minute. This is the only one with the black background. I thought it was turned the wrong way. The ghost mushroom. I love that. The colors of green, like my arm just cracked, sorry, I'm old. The green and black is such a combo. It's such a combo, guys. Ooh, okay, but anyways, so here's the... Oh my god, this looks like... Are these real? Apparently these are real. Like, I think they're like... Well, that scares me. Ooh, pretty. But yeah, lots of mushrooms. They're kind of gross. Like now that I'm looking at it, it's kind of gross. Shiitake, let's go. Yeah, half of these are definitely poisonous. Like, what is that acid? Anyways, guys. Okay, so that's it. That's the unboxing. Sorry, we just did a quick unboxing. We're not going to show every single one, but we will be using this deck today, so stay tuned for that. And we're going to jump into your pile selection. Hello, welcome to your August predictions. Doing our pile selection as we do. Just making sure. Wait, sorry. Okay, so yes, pile selection. We have these beautiful array of hamsters from my roommate. Thank you so much, Weiss, to donate these hamsters for the video. He actually came back from Japan like 2 days ago and he bought some hamsters, but this one was already purchased from somewhere here. But we are a hamster family. We do love our hamsters in this household, so we have to represent. So there are 3 beautiful hamster plushies for you guys to choose from. So pile number 1, if you choose this hamster. Sorry. I'm like such a hamster fanatic. Like you have no idea. Well, you probably do if you know me. So yeah, hamsters for life. Look at that. Oh my god. Okay, so this one does I think it's a winter white dwarf hamster. I do know my hamsters, guys. So yeah, I do know my hamsters. So you pull the tail and it does do the little vibration thing. So yes, that will be pile number 1. Pile number 2 is a baby little hamster. Looks like a Roboworski or a dwarf. It could really be any kind of hamster. I feel like this just looks more like a cartoon hamster. And he also does the little thing when you pull the tail. But he goes longer. He goes longer. um yes, so this little baby, pile number 2. And then pile number 3 is this chubby hamster. I think this is definitely a Syrian hamster based off the coating and the build. Syrian hamster. And he don't got no tail to pull. Like that tail don't do nothing. So he's kind of like a beanbag. Like you squeeze that and it's a beanbag vibe. And he's just chilling. He's living his life. And this one's actually mine. These 2 are his and this one's mine. So yes, pile number 3. This is your hamster. So yes, if you guys want to know what's all about August, what's happening in August, choose your hamster of choice and I will see you in your pile. Hello, pile number 1. If you chose this winter white hamster with the beautiful stripe on his back. I've actually never had a hamster that looked like this. Maybe one day. Then this will be all about your August and what's happening for y'all in August. Okay, I can't believe it's August. Like, half the year is over. Literally entering the second part of the year. I feel nothing. I feel dead inside. Just kidding. My year has been very interesting to say the least. To say the least. Okay, so we're going to jump right into your tarot. Ooh, speaking of jumping right in, all your cards have come out at the same time, so I guess your answers are imminent. It's happening now, guys. Okay, we don't gotta be waiting. All right, so let's take a look. See. Okay, so I'm gonna say so with the Knight of Wands coming in as your first card. I will say, and this could represent you or somebody, of course, take it as you will. Near the beginning of the month, I feel like there is going to be kind of like impulsive, almost, I don't know why this is just what I'm getting. Very impulsive action being taken. Like Knight of Wands, like he don't dilly dally. Like he's jumping right in. He don't even think about anything. So there is going to be immediate action in something that either you're taking charged towards, or somebody's taking towards you, or like there's basically something that's just gonna happen and it's happening fast, almost to the point where you don't have time to like think about it. And it's great because sometimes like I think we overthink our decisions, we overthink anything that we do in life or whatever. So I think sometimes you just need to go in, you just need to dive in, you just need to like charge through. And I feel like even though it's impulsive, it's gonna be one of those things where if you're gonna be impulsive about it and there are, detours along the way, or maybe like collision happens halfway through, it's fine because you're gonna learn through it. So it's one of those things where it's like, I'll deal with it when it happens. So whatever you're gonna go through, whether it's, whatever topic you're thinking of, this is a general reading, so that this is about love. It could talk about, I'm just gonna go ask the girl I like or the boy I like out. Like I'm gonna just be like, hey, you wanna hang? Like, let's go. And they could be like, hell nah. And you'll be like, dang. Feels bad. But yeah, otherwise, or like a job, you're like, I'm just gonna apply for the job, I'm gonna go for the interview, I'm just gonna go. Like there's nothing holding me back right now other than myself. And I love that for you. I love how sometimes you just need to go in and not overthink every decision you make, because whatever happens happens and you'll figure it out along the way. And I think that's something that I honestly need to live by. But I think that's what you're living by in the beginning of the month. You're just kind of like, let's do it, let's go. In the middle of the month, you have the Six of Cups, but you did get it in reverse. So I feel like there's a little bit of like a sentimental mid month for you. So in the middle of August, I feel like there might be a time where, because there seems like there is like a lot of action being taken at the beginning, and then maybe mid month, you're kind of like looking back on your past. Because this could be talking about nostalgia. I feel like you're going to be like, oh, there's something that I feel like is missing. There's something that I feel like I need to reflect on, and something that I want to go back on. In a way where you feel like you're missing something now that you had before. And sometimes nostalgia is just a veil. Like we always kind of think, oh, things were better before, and like la di da, which sometimes it is. But a lot of the times, like, there was problems before and we just kind of like overlooked it. You know what I mean? So I think there might be a sense of you kind of missing the past. Maybe you missed who you were before, or where you were, who you were is kind of a deep thing though. Just like something that's missing. And I think there is going to be an epiphany that comes as I'm going to get into your third card. But there's something that you're searching for that you feel like is a void that you had before, and now you're missing, and now you're kind of like, um I need to fill that. So whatever that is, it could just be something that used to make you really happy, or somebody who made you happy, because sometimes Six of Cups can be a little romantic. A relationship you used to have, whether it was platonic or romantic, and you're kind of like, hey, I kind of like miss that. My hamster's awake. You guys want to see her? She's so cute. Okay, no, she's gonna distract me completely. Now that she's in my room, it's like so hard to concentrate. Milo, not the time. Guys, she's so cute. She's also really old because she's a grandma. She's already I think her birthday's next month because I got her in August, like 2 years ago. So she's officially 2 years old, and she's old because they only live 2 to 3 years, and she's kind of, I can see signs of age, and it's sad. But that's exactly what this card is. I feel like this card is talking about that. It's just kind of like, hey, like, you miss the old times, but like it doesn't mean you have to go back to that. Like it means you can build new memories. Yeah, sorry, that just came through. So at the end of your month, you have the Judgment card, which is why I feel like after that Six of Cups, you're kind of like, I need something to like really capture my attention again. I need a purpose. So I think at the end of the month, there is going to be something that awakens you with the Judgment card. It is about a calling. It is about like an epiphany moment. And I think whatever that is for you, whether it's a career change, or you just gotta, like, you're gonna kind of have a wake up call, and you're just gonna be like, if I'm not satisfied in X, Y, and Z, then how can we change that? Like, how can we make it so we are? So whether it's starting something new, or like stepping outside your comfort zone or just adjusting your lifestyle. Like for example, like it doesn't have to be a big deal. It could be like, hey, like for me, like I will say, as I said in the beginning of the video, like I've lost gains. Like I've noticed if I don't go to the gym consistently for over a month at this point, like I have noticed my body has been, you know, smoothing out in the wrong way. So yeah, and that's something that I'm kind of like about. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna try to work in a routine again, whether it's like twice a week or whatever. Like it's better than nothing. So I feel like whatever judgment call you're gonna have to make, it's something that your soul is calling for you to do, and only you are gonna be able to make that decision and work towards it. So whatever that is, guys, like it's time. It is time to do it. Hence the calling. So yeah, your month is pretty, I would say, it's pretty straightforward. I don't get a lot of confusion. Usually my pile number 1 is like the most coherent pile. As we get into the other piles, it gets a little messy, but pile 1 always is like pretty straightforward to the point. Um yeah, so basically like in the beginning month you're kind of like you're running full force, you got it, your confidence is up, and then halfway through the month you're like, wait a minute, is this what I want? And then at the end of the month you're kind of like, okay, how can we adjust our path so we can get what we want and be satisfied? Yes. All right, I'm just staring at the mushroom card. So we are going to pull you a mushroom. This is the new deck that we just unboxed. Sorry, my hamster. Okay, she's back to bed. Sometimes she just comes out to just do literally nothing and just goes back to bed. Sounds like me. Sometimes I'll leave my room, walk in a circle, and go back into my room. I'm not sure if we're just the same being. Okay. Ooh, okay. Should we take all 3? You know what? I'm feeling spicy. Let's take all 3. Okay, so we do have the ghost mushroom, which is the mushroom that I was staring at all day. Okay, so ghost mushroom number 17, and it says to shine. So, um, I'm not feeling like I want to read the guidebook today. I might read it another time, but right now I just want to do an intuitive reading for y'all. So let's just dive right in with that. So with the shine card, I feel like it's time to illuminate your skills and your talents. So there's something really special about you, and um I feel like the world needs to know. Like I don't want to sound like dramatic or whatever, but like there is some qualities about you that I feel like you're not showcasing, and it's time to do that. So whatever you want to show off, whether it's you have like secret hidden musical talent, or like you just have such an empathetic ear or whatever, like you have something that I think you need to really showcase, and people do appreciate you for it. But I feel like you're maybe like at some point you've tended to shy away from kind of, I guess, showing it off. And a part of me is telling you to, like, once again, embody that Knight of Wands energy, like dive right in. Like the Knight of Wands does not have like like a shy bone in their body. Like they're gonna just do it whether you want to or not. Like, and that's something that I feel like is important sometimes. Like sometimes you just need to stop thinking whether you'll be accepted by society or people in your life. Be like, oh, I'm so cringe if I do this. Like, ooh, posting on social media is cringe. Yeah, so is doing nothing with your life. So fucking let's go. Like, who cares? Like, who cares? At the end of the day, we're all gonna die. So do the thing and shine your light, because you're great and we need to see that. You also have the chaga mushroom, which is number 2, defense and balance. So yes. Um I feel like finding the balance like near the end of the month is when you kind of have that like moment where you're kind of like, I'm go go go, but then you're kind of like, is this where I want to go? Like am I just doing this because I'm told to, or am I doing this because I'm called to? So yes, finding the balance of doing what your heart desires versus what people expect of you is going to be a theme, I think. I'm also getting the sense that there might be people who try to sway you into one direction, and it really could be out of the goodness of their own heart. They're like, I'm really just trying to look out for you, which, take that as you will. Sometimes we need to hear it. And we can't just be in an echo chamber state where it's like, just tell me what I want to hear. Sometimes you need to hear what you don't. So I would say if people give you constructive criticism, take it, but also obviously at the end of the day, you make your own decision. Like, you're the final say. But like, I think that's where the balance comes in. Like, kind of balance like what you want and what people expect, and whatever people are affected by your life sometimes, depending on if you have like a family or not. Also defense, I think it's like standing up for your own beliefs, but also a balance of that is like not becoming defensive. So sometimes it's like, sometimes you just need to hear the hard things, like, we need a wake-up call. And sometimes I'm like, I need that too, because I know my flaws. I'm pretty much, I'm not, I will say I'm not like in denial. Like, I know I have a lot of flaws, but sometimes like you just need someone to say like, hey, I really think you should like tone down on this. And I'm like, okay, I start to see. So yeah, having that balance is going to be important, I would say. And then your last mushroom is number 9, which is the oyster mushroom. Regeneration. So yeah, I do feel like at the end of the month, you are going to kind of be like reborn. And like, once again, like regenerate. So like a new sense of self is coming at the end of August, where at the beginning of the month, like, I think you thought you knew what you wanted. And then at the end of the month, you're like, this doesn't align with what I'm looking for. So yeah, I think you are going to find a little bit of clarity at the end. And I think just like, it's okay to kind of rebuild yourself. Not saying you have to start again completely, but tweak your path. Like, if things aren't working out, like, maybe you can like veer off course a little bit to find what does inspire you. So um I mean, in August, like, what do people do in August? Like, I'm just giving an example, which probably doesn't make sense in August, but apparently people do go to school in August in the US, which shocks me because that's summertime, but whatever. So pretend you're taking a class, you're in university or college, and you're taking a course, and it's like, hey, I really thought this was going to be something else, and it's not what I'm looking for, and it's really not something that I'm aligning with. It's okay to just drop the course and take a different course, especially since it's early on in the semester. Sometimes you don't have to pay an extra fee. I'm not really sure how that works, but it's okay to switch courses if it's early enough. So it's okay to like do that. Like, don't, it's worse to like commit to something that isn't going to work out for you and just keep going at it when it's like not even what you want, versus, hey, I caught it early on, not for me, which is fine, I'm going to move on. So yeah, that's going to be an option as well for you guys. Pile number 1. Yeah, a lot of advice for your pile. I feel like your pile is full of like making your own decisions and being true to yourself in terms of what are you going to act on, you know what I mean? Okay, so for your Prism Oracle, you have 2 cards. You have Rest, which, it does seem like your month is going to be like, not the, I mean, it is going to be definitely fast moving with the Knight of Wands. Like, things are going to ramp up in the beginning of the month. So make sure that you do have time to rest. You have time to recuperate yourself. And sometimes through rest is when you have those epiphany moments. So like, when you're like just taking a shower and you're just kind of like with your own thoughts, or you're just taking a walk, like those are the times where you have the best ideas and you start to think about things that you never would have. So I think sometimes like resting, taking time for yourself is going to be important so you can gain a new perspective. And rest could just literally just mean, hey, sleeping better, like prioritizing fixing your sleep. If your sleep schedule is all messed up or you have been having problems with sleeping, make it a priority, because if you don't sleep well, you don't function well, and your health does deteriorate in more ways than one. So resting is important so you don't burn out. And then you also have the Fear card, which means, I think the Fear card is linked to your Judgment card, where it's like, sometimes you need to make that change, and sometimes what you need to do, but you're scared to do it because you're like, oh, what if I like pivot and it's not what I wanted? Well, at the end of the day, you would have never known. What's worse, pivoting and it's not what you want, or never pivoting and then regretting in terms of like, oh, what if, and you're just thinking what if this could have been this? What if it could have been that? And this could talk about like changing careers, or changing courses, or even in terms of love life. Like, what if you never confess your feelings to the person that you care for, and the whole time it's a what if, and it's just killing you inside? Like, yes, rejection sucks as it does, but at the end of the day, rejection is just redirection, and it wasn't meant to be. But what's worse is never telling these people or this person how you truly feel or care about them, and then next thing you know, they're in a relationship with somebody else, and you're like, wow, I fucking fumbled. So yes, whatever the fear is for you, it's something that shouldn't hold you back. And fear is just like a sign that you care, which is great. Just means you're not numb as a person. So yes, fear is a sign that you care, which means if you care enough, why not go for it? Exactly. Exactly. Speaking of love, we're gonna get you a love oracle. Any love life from my pal number ones? Any love life? Okay, you got a bunch of cards. But you know what? I'll take it. I feel like your pal's been getting a lot of cards. Usually I'm trying to pull one, but y'all's is getting like 3 at a time. Spirit has a lot to say to you. Okay, let's dive in. Alright, so your first love reading card. Let there be closeness between you, but also... Wait, I cannot read what's new. Let there be closeness between you, but always give each other space. Love never claims, it simply allows and gives. So yes, having that balance, as we said, is going to be important. I also feel like certain relationships, it goes both ways, where it's like you're either over giving or under giving, assess the situation as it is. And sometimes it's like you really want to balance, if you are in a relationship, how much you give somebody and how much they give you back. So if you're giving 100% and the person's giving you fucking crumbs, are we really going to do that? Like, give it back to yourself, give it back to somebody who cares. And I think that is something that I need to work on, because I'm the type to like give 100 while the other person like don't even know my name. So yeah, we need to work on that. Just understand that a healthy relationship should be balanced, and it shouldn't be like completely one-sided, because the moment it's one-sided is when we need to leave. Ooh, you also have the power card. You instinctively know what is right for you, and you have the power to say no or to walk away at any time. So for some of you guys, it just seems like, okay, so the power is what I'm getting in terms of reclaiming your power. So if someone's not treating you the way you want, and you've communicated that, and it's been a pattern, and it just happens again and again, then it's okay for you to just like look after yourself. And that might be the reason why you're scared of leaving, because it's one of those things, oh, I've invested so much energy into this relationship and I really like this person. But at the end of the day, if they're not treating you right, like, what's the point? Like, you're just going to be miserable the whole time, despite your connection, despite the chemistry or whatever you guys have been through. You can't change somebody. And if someone's not willing to give you or meet you where you are, at least in this time of in your life, like, that's fine. That's fine. That just means you're not going to be waiting around, though. Like, if it happens later on, it's fine. But like right now, it doesn't seem the time. So it's okay to leave. It's okay to leave if you're not feeling like you're getting the love you deserve. So think of that as you will. And then your last love card says, when it comes to matters of the heart, there is no right or wrong. Every choice you make expands your understanding of life and love. So yeah, I think whatever decision you do make, if it is regarding love life, just know that even though, I will say this, sometimes like your heart has like a strong calling for somebody, but you really gotta really assess the situation and be like, even though I feel great feelings for this person, if they're not gonna like show me in terms of actions, in terms of consistency, or any sort of commitment, then what am I doing here? Like, love can only surpass so much. Like, true love is when you're willing to make the sacrifices, you're willing to make the effort. And the chemistry is something that can fade, so you cannot bank on that. So just know that if you guys are in a relationship and it hasn't been going well, I would be very serious about like talking to your partner about it. Just talking about like, hey, like I don't feel like it's balanced. I feel like I'm giving, you're receiving, and that's it. So really have a conversation with them. And if you are single, sometimes in the dating stage or the talking stage, as people like to say, we really need to assess if this is even what we want. Like the good thing about being early on is you can kind of weed it out versus when you're in a relationship for a while, you're kind of like, oh, if I end up, if I end this 7 year relationship, I'm just gonna feel like I wasted all my time. Trust me, I get that. But you know, sometimes you just gotta like, you just gotta go. You just gotta go. It ain't time. But yeah, I'm not trying to tell anyone to end a relationship, but really think about if this is what you want. You'll know if this is for you though. Okay, guys. So I haven't used my tea leaf cards in a really long time. So I'm pulling them out. And you got a card already. So you have the dragon card. Beware of self delusion. So yeah, delusions can also come in the form of. I will say sometimes the Knight of Swords can talk about being a little delulu in terms of like he's so confident that he's cocky and he kind of thinks the world revolves around him. So I feel like maybe in the beginning of the month you're kind of like having that like moment where you're kind of like the world is revolving around me. And you do get humbled at the end of the month, right? So that's it. But being aware of the delusion, I also feel like delusion, if since we were just talking about love, like for some of you guys, it is about like we do create the version of the person we want in our mind. And the moment that the person we meet kind of fits those categories and kind of fits the standard, we really do put them on a pedestal. So I feel like sometimes you need to really see through that and be like, are you even sure this is the person that's for you based off of how they've treated you and how inconsistent they are? Like, is this the man that you want or the woman, whatever? And sometimes we just need to be honest with ourselves and be like, no, this is not what I want. This is nothing I want. This is, if anything, what I hate. So, feeding into this delusion, be careful, guys. Sometimes you just need a wake up call. We also have the astral house of what you're going to be focused on for the month of, I almost said May. I don't know why, but I almost said May. But August, which is your focus. Okay, so your focus is on wealth. So of course this could mean career for some of you guys, like you're focusing on money, them side hustles, making a little bit of extra coin on the side or doing your main job. But wealth could also be deemed as feeling rich. So whatever that is for you, like maybe for you guys feeling wealthy is spending time with loved ones. Maybe feeling wealthy is being able to go on a run every morning and feeling like you're alive. Like whatever that is for you, I think you are in the month. Sorry guys, I'm kind of getting tired. In the month of August, you're kind of like what makes me feel rich, and it doesn't have to be like obviously physical materialism. Like it could just mean like, hey, I feel rich when I have my favorite cup of coffee every morning, or whenever I see my dog and I walk my dog and it lights up my day. Like whatever that is for you, I think focusing on things that bring you joy makes you feel worthy and makes you feel ignited. And even surrounding yourself with people, hobbies, things that make you feel like uplifted versus things that drain you is going to be important. We're gonna get you a self-care frog. Okay, self-care for the month of. Okay, you got tons. I feel like this deck always has 3, so we always take all of them. 3 cards always come out at the same time. I don't always have to be strong. I'm allowed to ask for support. So yes, if you feel like you are kind of going through like a pickle in the month of August, like Call your close friends, call your family. For some of you guys, if you do therapy, call your therapist. That's totally fine, no judgment. We don't always have to fight our own battles. Like at the end of the day, obviously we are fighting them, but like we don't have to be alone when we fight them. We can have that support system. We can have that encouragement. So I think remember to like hit people up in case you do need that. You do need that hug. It's okay to ask for help. I am becoming the kind of person who I would love to meet. So yes, you are definitely developing yourself in the month of August. You are developing your skills, your mindset. I think you're going to do a really good job at that. And I think this one kind of reminds me of like when people say like would 8-year-old me be proud of who I am today? And it doesn't have to always be yes. Like it could be like no, I wouldn't have been proud of myself because I've life kind of took a turn. But how can we make sure that 8-year-old me is proud of who we are? And I think that's important sometimes to be like, even if we're not exactly where we expected to be in life, it doesn't mean that we're like a failure or anything. It could just mean like life took a detour and like we've grown in certain ways that we might have never thought. Even if it's like, for me, I thought I would be married now with kids. Probably never happening at this point. But it doesn't mean that my life has completely been like for no reason. Like I never thought that I would be making YouTube videos or streaming at one point. Like I would have never, as an 8-year-old, I was terrified of people. I was horrified of like being any type of extrovert. I was completely shy. And now I'm like, I feel like I can just go up to anybody and start a conversation. And that's something that I never thought. So yeah, think about like how you are gonna be like you're already in the process of being the person you desire to be. I am more than my struggles. So yes, even though we are all going through, dark nights of the soul, like something, 3 a.m. thoughts hit hard, man. That's all I'm gonna say. It's okay. At the end of the day, like we all have flaws, we all have things we're working on, and at the end of the day, like we are humans and no one's perfect, and it's okay to work on our flaws, but it's okay to also understand that our flaws is what makes us unique as long as you don't neglect them and we just like be like, oh, that's how I am. Sometimes you need to focus on the flaws, but don't completely put yourself down because your flaws are what makes you beautiful. Sounds like that One Direction song. You light up my world like nobody else. The way that you flip your hair gets me overwhelmed. Anyways, guys. Yeah, okay. I think that's it. We're just gonna pull you an angel number and then we're gonna call it. But yeah, your reading was pretty direct. I would just say like a lot of your month is about like reflecting on what you really want and like are we gonna go forth with these things or we're just gonna keep going. I feel like there is gonna be a definite detour at the end of the month where you're like, hold up, hold your horses, buddy. This ain't what I want. Like, what are we doing? So yes. So your angel number is number 83. Yes, 83. Let's see what they have to say. Ownership. Okay. So take responsibility. You have the ability to change your life by changing your thoughts and subsequent reactions. Think about how you can take ownership of your emotions, thoughts, and actions toward everything you do today. Contemplate how you can own an emotion, thought, or action that you previously disregarded. Yes, taking responsibility. And I feel like sometimes we do need to hear it. Like, I saw this thing on Instagram and it was like definitely like a hard truth. And it's like, goddamn, like a slap in the face, at least for me. It said like, and it's not always like this, but sometimes we do need to be a little bit more aware of like our decisions and what we've done at this point to become like this. But everything you've done to get to this point is because of you. And I know it's hard to hear sometimes. Oh my god, but like I couldn't control the external fact. Yeah, of course, like you can't control how someone reacts to you, and you can't control like things that are completely out of your control. But a lot of the things are within your control in terms of like, hey, like for me, I'm just gonna use myself as an example. I'm trying to work on my health, man. Like I'm trying to eat better, sleep better, move better, And I've been lacking. I haven't been working out. My sleep is like average. I feel like it's not the worst thing ever, but it could be better. And at the end of the day, whose fault is that? It's mine. Like, I haven't been committed. Doom scrolling before bed ain't fucking recommended. Stuff like that. So I feel like sometimes we do have to look in the mirror and be serious with ourselves and be like, as much as I can blame external factors, like, I'm kind of the problem. And we need to understand that. Not for everything, but for some things, yes, it is my fault. So to take ownership is going to be important for you guys to be like, listen, if I am in an unhappy relationship or the person I'm talking to makes me sad, like, sometimes it's like, I feel amazing when I'm talking to this guy, but then next thing you know, inconsistency town comes in and he don't talk to me and I get fucking angry. Maybe it's a reflection of us. Maybe it's a reflection of, I don't think it's time for us to get into a relationship. Maybe we need to heal ourselves. Sometimes we just need to be a little bit, hard truth. A little bit like, what is it called? Tough love? Yes. Sometimes we just need to be like, hey, what if we're the problem? So yes, guys. Sorry to end off a little bit like a little slap in the face, but sometimes we need to hear it. So yes, but I do believe you guys have a lot going for you guys. So don't even think this is all bad. You had a pretty good reading, I will say that. But yeah, guys, that is it for pile number 1. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you do, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. I do offer private readings at the time of filming this video. Feel free to message me on Discord. Otherwise, all the decks I used are linked down below. And I shall see you guys soon. I don't know when, but we will reconvene. And have a wonderful August. Hello, pile number 2. If you chose this hamster with the small hamster body, then this is your reading all about your August. It's timeless in terms of the year, so we don't gotta say the year, but yeah. So also, I'm just gonna disclaimer that I took like a long break after pile number 1. I'm not kidding. I was like in my bed for over an hour, and I've never done that in a YouTube video reading. Like I've always been back to back. Like we're next throughout all 3 piles, but I'm having like the worst. I'm just gonna tell y'all. Only you guys will know. But I have the worst gas right now, and I keep farting, and I know it's like low key a fetish, so like don't fetishize that. But like it's happening. IBS girlies, anyone, digestive issues, gang, let's hit up. But I can't stop farting, and my stomach's making noises. I took a probiotic. And I think what happened was I ate some protein powder, and maybe protein powder, I've heard can bloat people, but I've never had it like that. So I'm not sure if it's because I ate a whole rotisserie chicken or what happened, but there's something that's going on, and unfortunately, you're the pile that has to hear about it. So maybe this means that your pile is gonna get a little crazy. Your month of August might be a little bit intense. Unpredictability, right? So we're just gonna do our best to cleanse the energy of this. Okay, sorry guys, I just thought you should know, like, never before in my life have I ever taken a break through the piles, but even now I'm filming, I'm like, god damn, I probably should not be filming right now, but I am doing it because we can't just do one pile, as I cannot shuffle. So, let's hope for the best, guys. Let's hope for the best. I'm so screwed. Okay. Even the shuffling is crap. Okay. But yes, let's lock in. What is your reading for the month of August? Pile number 2. Oh my god, I didn't even register. But yeah, guys. Sorry. It's been a day. It's been a little bit of a day. Okay, already messy. Okay. Sorry. I already felt your pile was gonna be a little chaotic from like how I'm feeling right now. It's insanity. Insanity. Okay, let's get you. I feel like you guys need one more card. I feel that. What is one more card for pile number 2? Okay. Okay. So, it's actually not as messy as it could have been. So, let's go. But yeah, pile number 2, your month of August. Let's dive right in. So, first week of the month ish, beginning of the month of August, we have the Five of Wands. So there could be a little bit of drama. I mean, I feel that in my body as we speak. A little bit of drama, a little bit of rumble and grumble and fumble. Rip. Okay, so I think at the beginning of the month, like definitely conflicting ideas with others. Maybe you're having a difficult time getting along with people, whether it's at your work, in your studies, or even just like your personal relationships and dynamics. Like there seems to be a little bit of like he said, she said, a little bit of no, this is how it's done, no, this is how it's done, like this is how I want it to be done. And it's just kind of like dramatic and I don't know why, but I get a sense that like people are not willing to, I guess, give. Because sometimes when this card is reversed, it's like, okay, let's just end it. Let's just agree to disagree and move on. But because it's still upright, I feel like it's going to be difficult for you or the people involved to kind of resolve a situation. So it might just have to be those stalemate situations where it's just not going to, like, nothing really resolves from it, but you just kind of have to move on. And sometimes you just have to accept that people are just not going to see things eye to eye with you because you are so different as people. I've learned that like not everyone's going to think like me. If anything, not anyone thinks like me, which is fine. Like we all have our opinions and we all have our like yeah, like our thoughts and like what we would do in terms of decision making. And I think that at the end of the day, like just knowing that you don't have to like one up anybody to like win a situation is like the most important because you don't have to prove yourself. And at the end of the day, like as much as you can, like advocate for yourself, speak for yourself, do that. Of course, defend yourself when you need to. But when you've done all that and it's still not going through, like you just need to sometimes like walk away from a situation the best you can and just kind of like maybe let it marinate. Maybe you can see like their opinion or like they can see yours, and then eventually like hopefully come to a common ground. But it seems like beginning of month, just like air it out, let the drama ensue. Sometimes you just need a little bit of drama in your life, and then after that, like you can make the decision from there. You also have the Two of Cups, which is beautiful, like especially after the Five of Wands. Two of Cups is like a breath of fresh air. So the Two of Cups does talk about reciprocity. It could talk about a bit of romance if you guys are thinking more of a romance reading. So like pouring into each other's cups. So it's almost the opposite of the Five of Wands, where the Two of Cups is very like I understand you, I connect with you, and we have like a really good bond, and I feel like we're almost like connected. This could talk about like twin flame energy or soulmate energy if you guys believe in like really deep connections. But if not, this could also just talk about like whatever happened at the beginning of the month, it's gonna get resolved, and it's gonna get resolved beautifully because Two of Cups is like literally harmony. It's literally like we're two peas in a pod. Like you start to align. So I do feel like this could either talk about this situation resolving into like a nice ending, or it could talk about how this situation is so dramatic that you have to find like an external. I don't know if it's like something external or something else. It's different situation in order for you to feel fulfilled. So maybe it's like, oh, work is dramatic. Sorry, I don't know why I'm slapping the table. But yeah, work is dramatic and you're like come home, but you have your beautiful partner or someone is there for you where they kind of like calm you down, they ground you. So whatever that is, like you do have like people on your side that are there to support you, and even if it's just for like a few hours in the day, like you feel at peace. You know, you feel like, hey, it's not worth it. Like it's fine. Like we're gonna be okay. I'm gonna be okay. And like there's someone there who's like really out there looking out for you. Like it's very genuine with the Two of Cups. It's someone that's like, I only want the best for you, and I feel like if you are having a bad day, like I'm here. So like I'm also feeling like you might need a hug at the in the begin in the in the middle of August. You might need a little bit of a hug. You might meet me me. Oh my god, yes, my stomach's hurting. You might need a little bit of support. Honestly, I'm feeling your reading deeply. I feel like I need medical assistance. Oh my god. Anyways, yeah, medical assistance. Sorry. Just a little bit of a reassurance and support. Like, yeah, we're moving on. Sorry, I'm really gonna apologize for your reading, pile too. Like, I don't even know how I'm here. I think I'm having like a fever. Okay, anyways, end of the month. Okay, we're locked in. You know, guys, we do not bail on a tarot reading. Okay, once we film for life. So yeah, I'm not letting you go. Okay, your pile, extra kisses and hugs. Okay, y'all deserve it. Okay, so pile number 2, end of the month. So as August nears the end, you have the 7 of Pentacles. So 7 of Pentacles does talk about like reassessment. So like whether it's your career, some aspect of your life where you're kind of like, I should probably like take a look and see what I can alter or improve or change, because something's not aligning, and it's fine. Like, you know, we're always like on a journey. Like no matter what it is, it's gonna be changing daily. But I think especially with the 7 of Pentacles, you guys are kind of like, so the month of August has passed, like is nearing the end. Is there something I could have done differently, or something that's not really aligning with what I'm looking for? So I feel like especially with you guys, it's going to be one of those situations where something obviously didn't work in the beginning of the month, but then at the end of the month you're like, how could we have done better? Like maybe our communication styles weren't the best. Maybe we just focused on things that drained our energy when we could have been doing something else with our time. So yeah, it's like kind of like that kind of assessment. And you're still kind of in the thick of it. I think at the end of the month you're kind of like, still 7 is like, you're kind of near the end but not, you're kind of in the middle. So I think you are definitely going to be assessing things and seeing what is best for you and your situation, whatever comes to mind. And you did get a blockage card, so I will say that don't always I don't always take blockages, but I will take it for your pile right now. I just felt like it came up perfectly horizontal. So yes, Temperance card. So Temperance card does talk about patience. It does talk about, once again, you have two. It's very interesting. I'm looking at the imagery. So you have 2 of Cups, and then you have Temperance, which is someone holding 2 cups, pouring the cups into each other. And it's kind of like giving the same energy of like balance and alignment, and like giving back, like reciprocity of like what you receive and what you give. Like having that alignment is really important for the month of August for you guys. And I think with the Temperance card being as a blockage, you might have issues with finding that balance, but also not only that, but like having issues with like, I want to say like inner peace is a theme, and also patience. Like patience in terms of like, how come, especially with the 7 of Pentacles, I think patience is definitely like a theme. Like how come this hasn't fruitioned yet? How come I've been doing this for so long and still there's like no result, and I feel like it's not worth my time. So I feel like for your pal specifically, like sometimes good things do happen to those who wait, and at the end of the day, like you're gonna have to like accept that not everything's gonna happen when you expect it, but I do believe in divine timing. When something is meant to be and it's gonna happen, it will happen when you least expect it, not when you're waiting and you're pining and you're impatient and you're whining. Yeah. So I think for you guys, just remember that like things will like happen when you be patient and take your time and you fill into your own cup. So during this time, I think it's really important to do your self-care, to develop your skill set and better yourself as we do every day, but specifically for your pal, not to compare like how long things take in terms of like it's been so long, why is this not, you just gotta let it, and eventually if it's gonna be meant to be, it will happen. You just cannot rush it. But yeah, that's your tarot for the month. I think overall theme so far seems to be like a little drama in the beginning of the month. Sometimes you just gotta start off your month spicy. And then there's a lot of like calming like cards, a lot of support coming your way, and then just like a reassessment of what are we doing with this energy? Like, is this how we want to go forth? What can we change to avoid the drama rama? But sometimes you do learn a lot when you go through drama. Like, I will tell you that. You do a lot. You do a lot. You do learn a lot when you go through some issues. But yeah, we're gonna pull you a mushroom card because we did unbox this today. It's a new deck. So let's see what kind of shroom you're gonna get. Guys, I don't even know how I'm holding it together. Ugh. Yeah, something ain't right. Have you ever seen like the show King of the Hill? And then like Hank, which is like the dad, says to Bobby, which is his son, that boy ain't right. I feel that on a deep level. Instead of the boy ain't right, my digestive ain't right. Okay, any IBS girlies in the chat? Is there's like this meme going on that like women have digestive issues? I saw this meme going around where it's like when you're a girl but you have digestive issues, and I'm like, I heard it's because we have a lot of hormones going through our body. I will say, TMI as we are, I'm hardcore luteal right now. I think I just started my luteal phase, which is usually 1 week before my period. According to my tracker, 6 days away. So I'm on my luteal right now. And let's just say, kind of a bitch today, not gonna lie. I'm very hormonal. I don't know why I'm telling y'all, but I thought you should know. Anyways, that's probably why my stomach is in loops. Alright, so you have the wrinkled peach mushroom, which honestly, she's kind of cute. Number 23. Kind of a vibe. Kind of like her. Which is uniqueness. So, honestly, I'm going to read intuitively for today, and then we might pull out the guidebook another day. But I feel like with the uniqueness paired with the Five of Wands, it's kind of talking about how not everyone can see things the way you do. So obviously, like I said again, like everyone's perspective is different. Everyone has a different opinion, and there's really no right or wrong. Obviously, morally, there might be like right or wrong, but in terms of like actual opinions, everything's an opinion. So I feel like with you, like you might have a little bit of a struggle in the beginning of the month to have people see things eye to eye with you in terms of aligning with your values or your perspectives, because you do see things in a different way. And once again, it doesn't mean it's bad, doesn't mean it's wrong. But because of that, some people are unable to stray away from the hierarchical norm, I guess. It's like, especially in the, in the industry of work, it's like, those people who are like super stickler, like they follow every rule to a T. It's like A, B, C, D. Like, it's very like methodical. It's very like you cannot stray. And then some people, which are like kind of like me, where I'm like, of course I follow the rules, but sometimes it's like it would just make sense to like break the rule every now and then just to like resolve an issue that doesn't need to be a big deal, versus just like those people who no matter what, they put their foot down. Like, this is their rule. I get that. But sometimes with like such rigid thinking, like people don't understand like things can be done a certain way. Like we can always improve workflows. Like life isn't so like structured. So I think with you, like you might be the type of person to have your own rules, kind of be your own boss, and just kind of like when things don't go to plan, like you have unique ways of problem solving, and not everyone can understand your way of thinking. And that might make you feel isolated, which is why you have that drama in the beginning of the month. But I just want to say that just because some people don't see your perspective don't mean it's wrong. And clearly there are people who support you with the Two of Cups and everything like that. There are people in your life who are like, I love how your mind works, I love how you think outside the box, and you're not just like a fucking AI just thinking like copy paste comments and answers. Like you have your own mindset, and that's beautiful, and you're different and you're weird, and we love that. Like you're not just a copy and paste cookie cutter figure. So I think for you, being a little different, not because you're trying to be different, but because you are, is beautiful. And I think that's something that should be celebrated, honestly. Should be celebrated. Okay, guys. Um Sorry. My body is doing this thing. Let's get you a Prism Oracle for the month of August, pile number 2. What is happening for y'all? Oh, dang. Oh, I feel that. I feel that now. Okay, pain. Is this I was trying to say like a sign and a red flag. So instead of that, I said fine. I just like to combine words. Maybe I'm dyslexic. God knows. Okay, but yeah, pain. Feel that. I feel that. I feel that greatly. I feel that greatly. So yes, there might be a little bit of pain as I felt before your reading. Tons of pain. So definitely you might be going through some pain. And in terms of pain, like don't want to scare you, obviously, like hopefully nothing physically injures you. But like in terms of I think pain, it's more like an injury to the ego, injury to the heart a bit in terms of like I guess like people not seeing eye to eye with you at one point. It is kind of hurtful, and sometimes I will say the Five of Wands can talk about like a little bit of betrayal, a little bit of drama, maybe gossip, slight backstabbing vibes I'm getting from that card, which could really result in pain, and like maybe even pain in terms of questioning your worth. And I just want to say that pain does make you stronger, obviously, to a point. Like you know how much pain we're talking. But yeah, like so I think this is going to make you really realize like what do you value and who aligns with you, which is why you have the Two of Cups. It's like maybe the people you thought were your friends, or the people that you thought were like on your side, or like always there to support, and like we're here to like work together. You start to see a side of them you never seen before, and you're like, wow, I never knew you were like that. So that can cause pain. It could cause betrayal vibes, and I think for you, like that is like an awakening, or like a wake up call where you're like, you know what, I'm kind of glad I went through this, because it really made me realize like I don't sound like a pessimist, but like you really can't trust everybody. Like you think you know somebody, and then you actually kind of spend some time with them, and you're like, wow, is this who you were? Like I didn't know that. You really dive in, and you're like, I guess I was putting this person on a pedestal. Like they're not even who I thought they were. And whether it's love or like platonic relationships, or even just like in the at work or whatever, like it could really be like a shock. And I think that is a little bit of pain in terms of like how jarring things can get. Like one day you're like getting bubble tea with this person, next thing you know, I hate your ass. Like you really never know. So just a little bit of a, I guess, foreshadowing. Oh, let's do your love card. Okay. Oh, okay. As we drop the cards, I'm not. I mean, I guess Two of Cups does have a little bit of a sense of love. Let's see if you get any love cards for the month of August. But I don't think it's like a heavy theme, but we'll see. We'll see. Pile number 2, love life. Love life. Love life. Okay, so you got 2 cards. Time. You are trying too hard. Give it time. Story of my life. Fucking truly. Anyways, yeah, I think this is kind of just talking about, once again with the patience card, sorry, the temperance card, you gotta just let it go. Because sometimes, once again, things happen when you least expect it, and you cannot force, especially in love, you cannot force a connection. You cannot make someone like you. You know, you can do whatever you want, but like, it's not gonna happen if it's not meant to be. And I think with the time card, it's saying, if you are with somebody right now or you have someone in mind, like, not saying it's not gonna happen, but right now you just gotta really let divine timing happen. Like, when it's meant to be, it will. And sometimes a lot can. Okay, I heard this from, like, what's this show called? You know, if you guys know Millennial Core, the show Braceface. Yeah, it's a good show. One of the girls in the show, she was like, a lot can happen when you do nothing at all. And like, at first you were like, what does that even effing mean? Like, what? But like, it really is like a really good quote, because you're like, a lot can happen when you do nothing at all. Like, sometimes you just got to pull back, work on yourself, give yourself the energy you deserve, and people start coming back, or people just come into your life when you least expect it. Like, when you're not looking for love is when you find it. That's how I see it. Obviously you do need to put a little bit of effort, not just like completely isolate yourself in your room. Like, that might be a little difficult to meet somebody, but just like letting things flow, and when the time happens and when the time is right, it will happen, and when it's wrong, it won't. And you just got to let it go. Let the time be on your side by just letting it manifest. We also have, if you could do anything, what would it be? The answer dwells in your heart, not in your mind. For the heart is the gateway to the soul. So this is interesting because I don't understand this right now as a love card. If you could do anything, what would it be? The answer dwells in your heart, not in your mind. Okay, so I think it's saying more like, if you do have a connection with somebody, to not overthink it, but instead follow your heart. So like, some people think about love as in like very checklist. So very like, does this person have a good job? How old are they? Are they like financially independent? Mental illness in the family? Like, whatever that list is, like, we have it. We kind of always, I feel like most people have like a vague understanding of what they're looking for and what they're not looking for. But I think with this one, it's talking more like, follow your heart instead of your head. Because sometimes, even though not everything is there, it doesn't make sense. Your heart is like, but I feel like I've never met anybody that has this connection with me. So I think sometimes you just kind of go for it, regardless of like societal standard, or whether your list is like checked off. Like, you know, like, you could have somebody in front of you where it's like the list is checked off, and you know, you guys are everything looking good, but you don't have that love for them. You don't have that spark. You don't have that chemistry. You don't have that connection, and everything's just fine and dandy, but it's never amazing, and you know, that love just is boring. So I think for you guys, make sure to know that if you are like interested in somebody, or you're with somebody or whatever, like, to not overthink it. And sometimes you just gotta live. You just gotta be. You just gotta do. So yeah, we're gonna get the tea leaf cards. I haven't used these in a while, and I love these cards, so we're bringing it back. So your theme for the month of August, or the focus, sorry, I'm like about to die, is the career card. So yeah, I did feel a lot was like maybe career, or like whatever, if you're in school, like somewhere where it's like you're kind of put into a setting where you're not necessarily going to align with everybody there, but you're just like you're there because you have to be. So for sure, career for you guys seems like a theme. It just seems like work drama, honestly. Like, I'm just gonna say, like, it just seems like a petty little work drama. And this is something that I've tried to adapt, especially this year, or not even just this year, like all the time, is not letting your work drama come home with you as best as you can. I mean, it's hard when you've worked in severely toxic workplaces. If you know, you know. But trying not to cross the boundary between your inner peace and your work life, like having that separation is really important. Like once you clock out, you're clocked out. Not all jobs have that luxury of completely zoning out, depending on like where you work or what your job is or how high up your position is. You might have to work all the time, especially if you own your own business. But like having that separation from the drama is going to be important if you can afford to do that. And be like, there's these, I think there's laws, at least where I live, where it's like you don't have to answer work emails outside of your time of work. So if someone messages you something and it's 12 a.m., you're not obligated to read it because you're not on the clock. And it's not illegal to not read it, and you cannot fire somebody because they don't read it. You also have the bell card announcement. Ooh, so I think you're gonna get some news in the month of August. There's gonna be a little bit of because this is gonna sound so dumb, but because the bell in this imagery is so big, it's so big. But yeah, it is big, and I think because of that, the announcement might be pretty important. Like I will say that it seems like a big deal. So maybe not life changing, but it's gonna be like pretty impactful information you're gonna receive. And I think it's gonna be kind of a surprise vibe. Like maybe you don't know exactly what it is, but you are gonna get some information and you're gonna be like, oh, and I feel like it's good. I don't think it's bad announcement. I'm getting positive vibes with this card. It's kind of gonna be like whether you get a promotion or maybe your friend tells you she's pregnant, like whatever that is, it's gonna be like a blessing. It's gonna be like a nice message. It's not gonna be like you're fired. Like I'm not getting that. It's gonna be a good vibe. So yeah, there might be a little bit of a surprise in the horizon, whether it's involving you directly or not. Okay, let's get you some self-care cards. Hey, we're pretty on time for the reading. Kind of looking at the time, I'm like, hey, we made it, guys. Pile number 2, we're almost there. I'm so happy. I'm so happy we made it together and you were here for me throughout my labor of pain. Okay, so your self-care card is there's no number. My fears do not control me. So yes, whatever is kind of like worrying you, like don't let that stop you, especially the pain card that you did receive. That's not gonna last. Like you just got to get it through. And because it's a sword, and sword in tarot does talk about communication styles and being authentic and honest, speak your truth near the beginning of the month. Like say what you gotta say, of course respectfully, the best you can, but communicate your thoughts, your feelings, opinions, and let it go. Like let it out. Someone's pissing you off, tell them why, but like tell them obviously in a constructive manner. Be like, hey, I mean, I'm not the best with this, so I probably shouldn't be giving examples, but like be like, hey, hey Jennifer, it does affect the team when you're late every day and it makes us have to pick up the slack and stay behind. So it'd be great if you could just, come a little bit earlier if possible. I understand sometimes public transportation is not the best, but we all try to make our time and we try our best to, respect each other's time. Probably could have said it better. I'm not really good at these things. I'm pretty direct as a person. But yeah, whatever that is, like communicate and do not be run over. Like do not be a rug. Wait, is it called a rug? No, do not be a doormat. Do not be a doormat. Okay. I guess that's the same thing. Okay, guys, let's get your angel numbers. Number 34. Yeah, so for some reason today the angel numbers have all been double digits. I usually try to pull triple digit, but Not feeling the triple digit today. Okay, so your angel number, if you can read. I can't even tell if it's focused. Okay, number 34, creative connection. You have a spark. You're being called to pay close attention to the energies that drive you and motivate you. Get excited about creating your own life by following creative pursuits. Create a vision board with images and words that capture your attention and resonate deep within you. So, what I'm getting with this is like, work drama might be like abundant or like stresses of like financials, whatever that is. It's time for you to find some type of creative hobby that lights you up and like not saying it's going to distract you. I mean, sometimes it's good to have a distraction every now and then, a healthy distraction. But it's like find something that kind of like makes you feel like alive again, whether it's like picking up a sport, some type of, you could do baking, whatever that is. Okay, everyone has their thing, and it kind of like takes you away from like the everyday like work. Like if you're not working, it could just mean like the everyday mundane lifestyle. Like sometimes you just need to light up your life because ain't nobody gonna do it for you, and you can't depend on people, as we know. So find your hobby, like maybe a new hobby that you want to like engulf yourself in and dive into it, and just have fun with it. Like it doesn't have to be a serious thing. You don't have to monetize all your hobbies, guys. You can just enjoy something for the sake of enjoying it and just do it. And I think you're gonna really find that like all these drama things you're dealing with isn't worth your time, and at the end of the day there's more to life than like bullshit. So yeah, anyways guys, I think that's the end of the reading. Thank you so much for if you pick this pile. I'm so sorry. I am not in my best right now. I'm like completely like this. But yeah, I appreciate you guys for being here. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe if you like the video. Feel free to message me on Discord if you would like a private reading, to book a private reading. And all the decks I used are going to be linked down below. Otherwise, I will see you in the next video. Have a wonderful month of August. I love you guys. I will be better next video, okay, guys? This video has been a little bit of a shit show. But yeah, bye. Hello, pile number 3. If you chose this chubby hamster cheeks, then this is your reading all about your August. Oh my god, guys. So I disclaimered pile number 2 this, and I'm gonna disclaimer your pile 2 because I'm gonna just like let y'all know as we're transparent up in here. I'm having severe IBS. It's bad. Probably should not be filming right now, but there's nothing we can do about it. You gotta do what you gotta do. So, if I'm kind of like delusional and like extremely gassy and almost just as we do, like it might be a little bit of a drama. Just letting y'all know this is why, because I'm kind of like losing my mind a bit. But you know what? We're always gonna be here for y'all. Okay, sorry, it's my camera. I think my camera was messed up. Anyways, yeah. So the best for last, as we do. Let's jump right in before. I just want a fetal position in my bed. Honestly, like this is the choice I've made. So, but doesn't mean you're gonna get a bad reading. Like guys, we always lock in for the readings. Like always, like 100% energy. Even if we don't got it all, we push it. We keep it pushing as we do in life. You gotta keep it pushing until you can't push no more. Sounds like we're giving birth. I might as well have been at this point. But yeah, pile number 3. What is your month of August? And if I breathe heavily, it's because I'm dying. So just letting y'all know. This is the life we live. Very transparent lifestyle we have. So it seems like your cards don't want to come out, and they're trolling me because they're like, let's take our time, let's take our sweet time and see how long it will take for the cards to come out. And if they never come out, then you're not gonna get a reading. So I think there's a little bit of, I will say, it takes some time when the cards don't come out. There's something you're kind of like Maybe like there's a resistance. Whether it's from you. Okay, some cards kind of popped, but they didn't come out. There's a little bit of resistance, kind of like, I don't know. Okay, let's see. Okay, already a reversal. So yeah, Ace of Wands reversed. There does seem to be something holding back. Whether it's you or somebody or a situation, like there seems to be a lot of like, what is that saying? Like, I don't want to show my cards. Like you're like really not. Like you really, I've been shuffling for about 3 minutes. I've never shuffled for this long. Like what? Like hello. Please. We can't be here all day. Okay, Ace of Cups. Very interesting. You have so many aces already, but I'm going to take that as a blockage. Okay, so yeah. The moment I complained, they're like, here's all the cards in the world. Like, you guys got a billion cards, but that's fine. Okay, guys. So far, tons of cards. I'm just going to do one of these. Sorry, guys. I'm just so ill right now. Oh, I'm sorry. That bed is calling my name. You guys have no idea. Okay, so I feel that. Okay, so for your pile, sorry, yes, Ace of Wands reversed. I'm just gonna hold it upright so you can see. So far, it seems like your month starts off with a little bit of, I mean, as we said, resistance. Like there's someone holding back their feelings and their passion. And you know, I will say, I don't know why this came out, so I'm gonna say it. Does not have to be romantic, but I do sense it could be romantic for either you or somebody else. Someone's holding back their feelings and their passions for you because the Ace of Wands is such a like fiery, igniting card, and I feel like because it's reversed, it's like the volcano cannot erupt, if you know what I mean. Like it's not happening. So I think for you guys specifically, the Ace of Wands, it's super blocked. And as speaking of blockage, I'm gonna bring this card in too. You have the Ace of Cups in as your blockage, which is so interesting because I said, oh my god, 2 aces in one. Which also Ace of Cups does talk about emotions, releasing those emotions, and there is a strong, sorry, I'm like really dramatic right now. There's a strong resistance to expressing one's feelings. And if it's not romantic, you could just talk about in general, like with like how you feel with a situation or like people in your life, like whatever that is, like holding back, like super holding back, and like to the point where you're blocking your own happiness. I feel like with the Ace of Cups, it's also about like self fulfillment, and you're also, because you're holding back so much on that, like your self fulfillment, your happiness, like your satisfaction, that's being halted because there's some there's something that's not getting released essentially. So that's the beginning of the month, like definitely a lot. But I will say the Ace of Cups is kind of like an overarching theme for the month, where it's like because someone or you're not expressing yourself properly, you're holding yourself back. Like you're not trying to blame anything on anybody, but like you're kind of like causing your own demise because of that. Just saying. Just saying. So as the month progresses, in the middle of the month, you do have the Strength card. So the Strength card does talk about like obviously holding strong, like holding your truth, standing up for yourself, and just like whatever adversities come your way or situations that flare up or detours you might go through, like you are gonna hold yourself accountable and you are gonna be able to take it. Was it called take it by the chin? I'm so bad with these. uh like you kind of, you can hit me but I'm alive, like that kind of thing. So I think you're gonna be able to like take the criticism, take the harshness of like whatever comes your way, like you're like, I'm fine. And like being like with the Strength card, it's also about like being, I guess, like graceful during any of these things. So like it's very easy to anger the lion, I would say. It's like, but she's calming him, she's taming him, she's like, relax, like, I know you're like a beast, I know you can lose your shit in like 3 seconds, but like, let's just take a step and breathe and just collect ourselves. And I feel like it's gonna be like a test of your ability to control your emotions, but not repress your emotions, if that makes sense. Like, you're able to, like, voice things and release things, but not lose your mind. I think that's gonna be like a test for you for the month of August, is like, how can we go through something without, like, I guess, losing the plot, but still conveying the message that we need, and also not like letting everything take over. I don't know, it's really like, I think there's an overarching theme with all the piles about like finding that balance. I've just been kind of saying that throughout all the readings, but like, I do feel like balance is gonna be like a big theme for everybody. Like, how can I express my feelings without like completely, like, letting it take over how I feel in my everyday life? Like, I'm not letting it like debilitate me, you know? You do have the, so near the middle of the month, near the end, you do have the Five of Pentacles in reverse. So I will take this card as a, like, okay, a literal sense is like, maybe some of you guys might be losing your jobs. Like, I'm not saying you are, like, don't hold it to me, but like, sometimes it can talk about like job loss or like financial struggles. Or my hair is like such a mess. Financial struggle, just kind of like, damn, like, my pentacle game is like kind of weak. Um, but if it's not like that, it could just talk about how, like, in terms of like I also read this as like physical health, as someone who's having like an IBS moment as we speak. Like, your physical, like, part of life is like a little bit struggling. So whether it's your actual health, your body, like, you might be, dealing with IBS or having like a cold or something where it's like, oh, it kind of sucks and I wish it wasn't like this, and you're kind of feeling in the dumps with it. But because it's reversed, I think you have like solace coming your way, and it's not gonna last forever. Nothing lasts forever, but like, it's definitely not gonna last. Like, it might just be like a few days of like, doom and gloom vibes, whatever. But you are gonna have like a lot of, okay, I'll say it more in a few seconds. But yeah, I do feel like you are finding the light, and you are gonna like recover. It's just right now you need some time to recover in the middle of the month. Whether it's like, if you lose your job, you need to do your job search, or if your health is bad, you need to heal and recuperate. Like, you just need some time to really focus on the physical realm of your life. And then this is very interesting, which is why I talk about it. You have the Devil card, which honestly, at first I was like, I used to hate the Devil card. Okay, not hate, like, hate's a strong word, but like, I was never like, oh yay, I pulled the Devil card, like, love that, right? Like, as much as people think I'm like satanic and an insane person, I wasn't rooting for him. I was not. But yeah, now that I'm kind of understanding tarot a bit more and more, like, reading things intuitively, like, the Devil card is actually like pretty positive in terms of like breaking cycles and addictions, and that's how I'm reading it right now. I feel like, wait, they're kind of, can I show that? Okay, I don't even know if these can be shown because they're naked. Oh my god. Anyways, you can see that there's a chain on the woman and the man, and I get the sense, like, I'm not saying you have to be heterosexual, like, whatever your sexuality is, that's on you. But like, it's kind of like in the beginning of the month, we did talk about release, right? We did talk about like not keeping our passions and our feelings to ourselves, like, because it can be bottled up and like drive us crazy. So I feel like near the end of the month, you are releasing it. You are going to voice how you feel to somebody or a situation. Like, you are releasing that. And I feel like with the Devil in reverse, it's also talking about like breaking addictive cycles, which is amazing. So maybe this relationship made you a little obsessed. I will say that it made you a little cray cray, and you were just like completely losing your mind. And sometimes, whatever the situation is, like, it can make you lose your mind. You could be losing sleep. that's all you can think about at one point is this person or this situation or whatever the outcome is going to be like. But because you're kind of like finally laying it out there, you're like, listen, this is how it is. And whatever the answer comes, like whatever happens, like you're letting that control out and you're not letting the outcome dictate your, I guess, your feelings or how you go about your day. It's cathartic. It's very cathartic. And I love the devil card for you just because you're finally kind of like taking the first step into breaking the addictive cycle and doing what you know is best for you and not letting those those behaviors take over. I do feel like with your pal there was a little bit of an addiction vibe. Whatever that is for you, there was a little bit of codependency on something. And I think it's finally time for you to kind of like take matters into your own hand because you're like, I can't do this. Like, this is not my vibe. Like, this is not who I am, and I deserve better. So you're gonna release. So I'm really happy for you. But yeah, your overall reading for the tarot is just very like releasing, staying strong, focusing on your physical abundance and your health, and just like making sure that you do not let these patterns dictate the outcome of your month. I'm sorry. It's bad. It's truly horrible. Actually, pile 2 really got the worst of it. You guys got the remnants of whatever the hell I'm going through right now. Okay, anyways. You know how like, okay, I don't know if you guys know, like Trisha Paytas has like a song called Jesus. Like I think it's literally her singing about Jesus. I mean, I'm not the most religious. I'm not even religious. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm more spiritual, but like sometimes you need to sing that song. Okay, your mushroom card of the day is number 29. That's a special number for you. Octopus stinkhorn, which honestly the imagery looks like a jester's hat, which maybe means you're a clown. I feel like a freaking clown right now. Anyways, reveal. Do we not just say we're gonna release something? So yes, I'm betting this on you. Like I'm pointing, it's rude, but I'm gonna point no matter what. There is someone or something, or you could be doing this something in the month of August, a situation, a person, whatever. Someone is revealing some deep emotions and passions towards you, or you're doing it, whatever. It's revealed. It's gonna be revealed, okay? Like I'm telling you this wholeheartedly with my entire chest that someone or you or whatever the thing is revealing. Like you guys are gonna take the mask off and it's gonna be out, and whatever the outcome is fine. Like whether it's in your favor or not, it don't matter, because the worst thing is to be trapped in a cycle of fuckery and not have that release. And your pal is gonna reveal, and whatever information comes your way is gonna be the information. So yes, perfect segue into the love reading. We're gonna do like some love cards. Your pal is pretty straightforward though, but the fact that I still can't get over how long it took your cards to come out. Like I was shuffling for like eons. I could have had a family already. I could have had grandchildren already. Like the amount of time it took your cards to come out, I'm like, goddamn. Okay. So your first love card is deep in your heart, you already know the answer. Do what feels right. And I will say this, like you already know, and I think whatever the situation is or the person, everyone knows. Okay, everyone knows, and the only thing that you have to do is to do the reveal. Like we all waiting for that. And I think what you got to know is that like sometimes no matter how you go about it, like okay, this is something that I've kind of been struggling with sometimes, where it's like you already know what you have to do, but instead of doing that thing, you're just kind of like, it's okay, like we'll leave it, and then it it's just a cycle of pain. Like it comes back in waves. It's like at first you're fine, and then you're like, what the fuck? Like dark night of the soul. Like we're not sleeping well. Like it's just a cycle. So I think you already know. Like if you got a reveal or someone got a reveal, like something got to get exposed. Okay, we can't be holding back this information no more. And I do feel like for a lot of you guys, it is love. Some of you guys, if it's not, it could just talk about like I'm trying to give an example that's not that. It could be like if it's work or school related or family related or friend, like whatever it is, like information or something that like you need to reveal, and it's gonna be tough at first, but people need to know. And it's not like you're not saying it to be like a tattletale or just to cause drama. Like this is genuinely something you're saying because of the betterment of everything, like the situation. Sometimes you need to hear what you don't want to hear. Oh my god, as these cards fall everywhere. Sometimes you just need to hear it. So I think there has to be some type of reveal for everybody in this month. And I'm going to say, I'm not even going to lie. You got the twin flame card, guys. There's nothing else I can say. Like twin flames, your passion ignites as we have the Ace of Wands, as we have the Ace of Cups. Literally the cards for this. Your passion ignites. So yes, if it is love related, which I hard think your pal is love related, the person you're thinking of is your twin flame. Like they are literally you embodied, and you guys are the same, and it's crazy, and you need to know. So the reveal, waiting for that. Who's gonna do it first? Who wants to sleep better at night? So raise your hand. But yeah, guys, there is definitely a strong connection right now for some of y'all. Very, very, very strong connection that cannot be denied. Okay, so your focus for the month of, oh my god. I don't know why your pal is like the most, I don't even need to pull cards for y'all, like I'm gonna say, but like your focus for the month of August is love. So I have nothing, like this is the most aligned reading I've done in a while. Like everything that's happened is like I don't even need to pull the card because I already know. Love. Okay, so whoever is watching this, guys, this whatever is happening with y'all with the love life, it's happening fast and it's intense, and I think it's going to be like a volcanic eruption at the end, okay? Take that literally or figuratively. Someone's going to blow their load. Okay, wait, no, that's kind of crazy. Whatever that is, someone's blowing up. Jesus Christ. Okay. And it's happening. Like, even though, like, I feel like it's happening. I feel like the reveal is not happening until maybe the end of the month. Movement. Yeah, things are moving fast. Like, things are coming at you. This is giving hard Eight of Wands energy. Things are happening so fast that you're like, I think everyone's a little surprised by this, but definitely August. Like, there's so much that's gonna get revealed. Like I'm telling you guys, it's like a when you watch a TV show and then there's like, what is it, the season finale? Like I feel like there's some shit happening there where you're like, what the hell? Like revealed. But yeah, the movement is gonna happen fast. You might not even be ready for it because sometimes like when things happen, you're like you don't expect it, but like you can kind of feel like it's happening, but then next thing you know, you get slapped in the face. And I feel like when this happens, it will be a little bit of a jarring experience. Not jarring as in like uncomfortably jarring, but kind of like, oh, is this what we're talking about? Like, I just feel like you're gonna be a little bit like, oh my god, wait, I forgot to pull you a tea leaf. Sorry, I was so into your reading that I forgot about anything. Oh my god. And we just talked about how there was an overarching theme with all the piles, and this came out. So you have the scales also giving Libra energy. Keep your life in balance. So I think. Sorry, I'm kind of out of breath. I need help. Okay, anyway. I feel like even though you're gonna have like kind of a like a not, I wouldn't say your month is dramatic. I would say your month is like intense. Not dramatic though. not dramatic, like intense in terms of like the feels you feel and the passion you have is like really like it's kind of like too much of a good thing, like if that makes sense. Like sometimes it's like you feel too much and you're kind of like, oh my god, like I can't even handle this. Like that's kind of how I'm getting that. But with the scales, it's kind of telling you to balance that insanity within you. Like, yes, you might be thinking about the situation or this person a lot, but you still need to live your life. You still need to focus on the five of pentacle thing that's going on, like recovering the financials or like the physical health. Like we need to lock in on that aspect of ourselves, on top of focusing on this connection we have. But we can't just like pour our whole energy into that. Like that's gonna cause imbalance and that's gonna fuck up your fucking the whole like the whole universe thing, like, you know, the alignment. So even though you're dealing with all this stuff, all this intensity, once again balancing it out, making sure you don't like completely go the other end, go into addictive obsessive behaviors. Like let's not dive into that. But you know, it's hard to say, but I feel like a lot of it's like easier said than done. So I am just preaching the information, but I know it's not easy. As somebody who can have severe attachment issues, it's really hard to be sometimes just independent. Like as much as I think I'm pretty independent, besides the fact that I can't drive a car, but if I did it'd be over for y'all. um like sometimes I'm like, hey, like I do think I need to be a little bit more self-sufficient. Like I can't depend on people for happiness, I can't depend on people for companionship all the time. Like I need to be my own best friend. And that's something that I used to be really good at. Sorry, a little bit of a ranting session, but when I was young, like a child, like I would love to be alone. Like I was pretty much like gonna accept that I was never gonna have friends. And then obviously I made friends at one point because I grew up. But like even before that, I was like, sometimes being alone is like the biggest blessing. And I think I need to kind of go back to that in terms of learning to be comfortable alone or single if love life is like on your mind. But like sometimes you just cannot you can never depend on anybody for happiness, by the way, guys. I don't care if it's platonic or what. It's on you, girl. It's all on you. And at the end of the day, you're your best friend, and no man, no woman, nothing like that is gonna ever take it away from you because you are your best friend, and that's like gonna be the hardest thing to learn in life is like being content being alone. Sorry I'm slurring my words. Kind of losing my mind. So yeah, just a disclaimer, as we do. But yeah, we're gonna get you some self-care cards. All right, let's see. He looks a little mad. What's going on? I am as worthy of my dreams as everyone else. Yes. So, confidence boost, queen. Whatever you're going through, if you feel like there could be a little bit of comparison syndrome, and I'm sensing a sense of jealousy, like just saying this is what I'm getting, especially with the hips. Sorry, with the hands on the hips. It's a little bit of, it's giving me, well, if you don't love me for who I am, okay, I don't know what I'm fucking doing. But anyways, yeah, like that kind of vibe. So making sure that you gain your self-confidence, again with the strength card, it's about being confident, but you don't have to be the loudest person in the room to be confident. Like you can say a lot without saying anything. And you can say nothing but while saying a lot. Like, you know what I mean? So like having that self-awareness of, yes, you deserve good things. And I always, you know, once again, things I live by so far, it's like what's meant for you will not be missed. And if something was not meant for you, even if it's just like not meant for you at the time, it might happen later on, or it might just not be your calling. So whatever that is, like knowing that and knowing that you are worthy of good things and things will not pass you that are meant for you is a really, honestly, it's a very like, my brain's off right now. I don't remember what's happening. It's a very, I guess, grounding thought to have is it's not gonna leave your sight, like if it's meant to be. And that's something that I think I've been living with is you can't force something, but also knowing that you are worthy of things, and to not be jealous of where you are in life, and do not do that comparison thing. And like, I really think about it like this. There are people, especially social media, I'm gonna say this, and especially now that I'm in my 30s, like, trust me, guys, people having babies left, right, and center, people having full blown careers, people having homes. Like, I'm just like, I don't even know how to drive a car, okay? So it's just one of those things where it's like, oh, did I fumble my life? Like, what is this? And some will say yes, but at the end of the day, like, we all have our struggle, and like, just because your spotlight isn't on those categories, it doesn't mean you're not fulfilled. It doesn't mean you're not happy. Like, I feel like I'm just gonna speak for myself. Like, as much as like I don't have everything I would have thought I would have had by now, I think I'm pretty, like, this year has been a pretty good year for me. Like, I haven't been completely crashing out. Like, last year was a full crash out year, but this year I've been pretty good, like, I've been kind of level headed. I've definitely grown a lot as a person. And even though I don't have those like X, Y's, and Z's, it doesn't mean that I'm never gonna get them. It also doesn't mean that I would have been happier with it. Because there's people who have the house, who have the husband, who have the kids, who have the all American dream, whatever you want. And next thing you know, divorce, infidelity, splitting the income, sorry, splitting the assets because of the divorce. Like, you can never know. So just you count your blessings, man. Count your blessings, and you do deserve good things, but just know that, like, don't compare yourself, is what I'm getting. That's what I'm getting. Okay, guys. Let's pull your angel numbers. I feel like I'm yapping a little much, and we need to chill. So yes, you did get, okay. So most of the piles got 2, but you got 3, so that's a sign. 255 is your angel number for the month of August. And you know what? I feel like with your pile did ignite my vibe a little bit. I feel a little bit more alive, and I feel like we need to appreciate that, because I was fighting for my life in pile number 2. New choices. Interesting. Changes are indicators. The changes that are coming bring new decisions for you to make. Why am I reading like that? The changes that are coming bring new decisions for you to make. Your angels encourage you to greet these as signs. Wait, I can't read. Your angels encourage you to greet these as signs that your intentions are coming to be. Repeat this mantra. I know what choices to make when challenges come my way. Yes, definitely with the devil card in reverse, you are fighting your demons, whether literally or figuratively. Physically fighting demons is crazy though. And I feel like you are the one who has to make these decisions, in terms of like, if something is not in your best interest, and you're kind of like, if you're kind of going down this kind of path, what are we going to do to change that? Are we just going to keep going down the slippery slope? Are we going to accept the fact that we have an issue, possibly addiction, obsessions, and go forth from there? Like, how are we going to address this issue? We have to sometimes just really lock in and be like, this is not the life I want, and the only person who can change my life is me. So understanding that is going to be important. And I think once you understand that is when you know that there's greater things coming your way. Like, there's a new horizon. And that's the thing, changes from your choices. I think there's gonna be a big change by the end of the month, like by the end of like August, coming into September, like end of summer. First of all, I can't believe summer's almost over. Like, I'm sorry, but I hate the heat. But like, summertime is like where everyone's free, so it was kind of nice to see people. But other than that, like, I feel like it's gonna, and I said this again, but like, I feel like for your pal, it's gonna be the end of like a season. It's gonna be the end of like a series, like maybe not a series finale, but a season finale. Season finale. So there's gonna be a new episode coming up, but like the season is over, and I feel like end of August is gonna be a season finale. Sorry guys, my hamster woke up. She's like, I think she wants to eat. Okay, I'm gonna play with her. Anyways, guys, when I say play with her, I mean just like bother her, and she hates me. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I appreciate you guys. If you liked, Please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Feel free to message me on Discord. At the time of filming this video, I am doing private readings, so feel free to book me there. And all the decks I use are linked down below. And I will see you next month for another reading. Have a wonderful August. Thank you for dealing with my BS, literal S. And I will see you next time. Bye.